Hello and welcome to the Round 4 preview of the Western Region Footy League. I'm Pepe Cavaleri and joining me is Steve Thoms. Tomsy?
Hello, Pepe. How are you, mate?
I'm very well. And now, jumping into the action for Division 3, we've got Sanctuary Lakes taking on Braybrook. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, Sanctuary Lakes should get home there. Could be a pretty long season for the Brookers. Sanctuary Lakes, one of the up-and-coming good young sides in Division 3.
And North Sunshine and Tarneet next up.
Going to be a great game. North Sunshine suffered their first loss last week of the season, only being round 3, but taking on Tarneet, who had a good win last week. I think the Titans, Tarneet, might get over the line again this week, Pep.
And Sunshine Heights and Wyndham Suns.
Yeah, Wyndham Suns would never have played up at Sunshine Heights, up at Glengala Road. It's a pretty small ground. It's different, unique. Sunshine Heights play it so well. So Sunshine Heights, I reckon Sunshine Heights will grab a win there.
And Newport Power, who we saw today, have the bye, but the last game of the round is Parkside and Laverton.
Yeah, Parkside, they're a bit disappointing today. Last week in their loss over Newport Power. They've got a lot of work to do. Nicky Kondos, Michael Shepherd-Bottom really got to get back to the basics. So I think Laverton should get the points there.
And now to Division 2 action. We've got North Footscray and West Footscray, mate. A bit of rivalry.
It is. I say this every year. The same postcode, 3012, same colours, red and white. So always been a big clash. Things have changed a little bit, I think, over the last 6 months. West Footscray doing it pretty tough at the moment. North Footscray, one of the main sides up in Division 2, and North Footscray will get that pretty comfortably.
And Glen Orden and Albanvale up next. Mate, your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, Glen Orden, not far off the mark. They suffered a reasonably big loss last week, but they're not far off the mark, Glen Orden. They just got to get it all right. And Albanvale, it's still a learning process for them in Division 2. They're always going to be competitive, the Cobras, but Glen Orden for me.
Manor Lakes has the bye. A lot of work to do after last week's showing, but what really looms as a pretty good clash for mine is Yarraville Seddon and Carolyn Springs.
Yeah, that will be a huge clash, and it is a special day. The trophy that you do see here behind us, they will be playing for that. It's gambling's not a game cup. Obviously, controlled, responsible gambling right throughout life. That's what it's all about. Yarraville Seddon Eagles, I think they might get home and give Caroline Springs their first loss of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. And now the Premier League Division 1. First up, St Albans and Wyndham Vale.
Gee, St Albans need a win. Zip 3 at the moment. We mentioned last week in the review they've got a few questions got to be asked down there at St Albans. They've got a good squad, some good players. They just can't seem to get that consistency. A couple of injuries again. Look, I think they will get over the line against Wyndham Vale, but make no mistake, Wyndham Vale, they've made their mark pretty strong in Division 1. But St Albans need it. St Albans have to win it.
Hoppers Crossing bounced back from a loss against Deer Park last week with a win, and now this week they take on Altona. Yeah,
and that'll be our 88.9 Win FM match of the day down there, so look forward to seeing a big contest down there. Hoppers Crossing, look, Altona's still, I won't say the unknown, they've got a lot of players that are premiership players from a few years back, but Hoppers Crossing down in the home ground, I don't know how far Wade Skipper is off coming back with that shoulder injury. Hopefully it's not too bad, and hopefully he will be back soon, but I think Hoppers Crossing just...
Deer Park and Spotswood is another match that looms as an intriguing one.
They want to bounce back, Deer Park. They were flogged last week. I shouldn't say flogged, but Albion beaten them. On the scoreboard in the end, it was a big win to the Cats last week over Deer Park. So it's hard to stay up the top all the time. As we mentioned, you've got to have some losses to learn to win. And I know a lot of their players. It probably won't hurt a few of them bring them back down to earth, and it gives Mark Bullitt and the coaching staff something more to work for. So Spotty lost last week. Not once again. They're competitive. They've got some really good players. I think they just drop away at the end. Some of their players in Deer Park have got that depth all the way through. So Deer Park to get home.
And the final match of round 4 for the Division 1, Werribee Districts and Albion, while Sunshine has the bye.
Sure. Now, how do you go with this one? Albion, Werribee District, if I'd have asked 3 weeks ago, you'd say Werribee Districts would get home reasonably comfortable. But Albion, a good young side, a new team. Werribee Districts coming off that big loss last week over the Sunshine Kangaroos. I might go for another upset here. I might go for Albion. Werribee Districts is not a big ground. It's a similar sort of size to Albion. I might go with Albion to get home there as well.
Well, certainly some very interesting results from round 3, really sort of catapulting us into this round 4. Plenty of intriguing matchups we're going to see. So make sure you get out there and check it out, and we'll see you next week.